You're talking about me, the dummy.
You're the dummy.
2.5, 5-cylinder, MK6 Golf. It's here. It was the owner built basically all of this himself. So it's just here to get the thing up and running. We would typically do United Motorsport on a car like this, but they didn't offer files for this specific ECU. So we decided to do ECU Master on it. As you'll see in the video, there was a bit of a battle with trying to get this car running on ECU Master based on the harness adapter we had purchased. But it's running on it now, and I just wanted to go through the specs before we get it on the dyno. So it's running a SPA exhaust manifold with a Precision 5931, which I think is good for around 600 horsepower. Definitely not what this guy's going for. He's looking for around 300 wheel, because there's a handful of things that need to be addressed before we try to go after a lot more power with it. A couple of things for sure. It's running very small, basically stock downpipe on it, the way he's got this built. So it's very small, and it has a pretty small front mount intercooler as well, which is going to hinder this thing for making power. But the goal is mainly to get it up and running, do some tuning on it, make a bit of power, hopefully see maybe 300 horsepower with it for now. And then he's going to address a few of the things I've kind of pointed out to him before we push it. So Clayton, what do you think? It has an integrated engineering intake manifold, as you can see.
Very nice.
It has a set of 550cc injectors. I don't remember what intercooler core it has, but I'm going to say it's pretty cheap based on looking at it. It does have a catback exhaust, I did notice, but the exhaust is bigger than what the downpipe is, so that's kind of unfortunate because the downpipe is the most important part. And as mentioned, it's running EMU Black, ECU Master.
And obviously this isn't...
This isn't right, but you'll see it in the video, kind of how we got to this point. So we're ready to kind of put it on the dyno and start doing the actual calibration of it, but we're going to show you kind of how we got to this point of getting it running, because there's a few things that had to happen before we got to here.
A little bit of aggravation?
A little bit, wee bit. Okay, so we got some 07K 5-cylinder content for you guys. This one is a MK6 Golf, as you can see, and the guy built his own kind of turbo setup, and he's looking for us to tune it. Unfortunately, with this specific vehicle, the ECU, nobody had readily available software for it, so we're putting an EMU Black on it with a plug-and-play harness. However, the plug-and-play harness has done nothing but cause us problems. We may get into that a little bit further, but we're going to be able to make this work. It's just not exactly what was paid for. So unfortunately, this setup isn't working, and there's a bunch of wires that are incorrect in it. So we've kind of gone through and figured out what's what. Hopefully we're going to be able to get this one fired up here within the next day or so. And then we got this thing, which came in for a little bit of work, and we did a before and after dyno of it. I didn't really get a whole lot of footage of it. I think we've got a couple of runs that Clayton can add in here, but I will show you guys what it kind of did with the software. Stock, it did 216, 305, and then with the APR stage 1 91, it did 346, 396. So the mid-range power is incredibly different with this. I did do quite a bit of logging with it, and it's hating our 91 octane. Even in stock form, there's a bunch of power to be had, I believe, with this thing, with just better fuel. But that you'll have a little bit of a clip to see what it sounds like on the dyno. But the real focus for this video is going to be this guy and what it's going to take to get this thing up and running with standalone. So let's get to it.
All right, so we're the sponsors. There is no sponsor. We have no sponsors yet. But what we do have is some swag. We got zip ups, large. We do have everything from small right up to extra large, I think, double XL, from like, you know, some fit people right up to the thick boys and girls. So we got the new logo. So this is a new one for us this year. Just got the turbo logo with a little bit of splatter on it. And then on the back, the large CO Motorsports logo. And as you can see, you know, we got them all on. We got the regular pullover, like what I got on. Turbo logo in the front, big logo in the back. Every one of them got this little tag on the bottom too. CO Motorsports on the bottom, adds a little flair. And got no one likes the tuna here on the bottom or on the back. Whoever can figure that out, you know, you'll get it. Some t-shirts, same thing. Turbo logo in the front, big logo in the back. Stickers, we always got stickers, lots of stickers. So make sure you add those on your orders as well. And they're like reflective. Toques. So stay warm, keep your ears warm, keep that, oh yeah, beanies, I guess. We call them toques in Canada. Keep your head warm. You call them beanies, I guess. Same thing, got this little tag on them sewn on, hand sewn on. A little extra care there for you guys. And then we got hats too, regular hats. They're all snapbacks. Just this one red one left, so make sure you add that to your cart. Gray ones left as well with the side logo, all black. We're gonna get some more hats eventually, but that's what we got right now. Check the website for pricing. The best part is all this stuff is ready to go, so we will bag it up and ship it out to you the same day that you order it. Anyway, go check it out and help support the channel, and we appreciate you guys.
Okay, we're back on the 2.5 turbo setup. So this one we were or are continuously having issues with the company that we got the adapter harness from. Clearly, the amount of incorrect wires that we've had to run to make this work is pretty substantial. However, we do have it working. This is not the way it's going to end up. We're probably going to just abandon trying to get any more assistance from them or any more help trying to get a proper adapter harness for it, because clearly this one was so far wrong it's not even funny. So we're going to make this ourselves. We'll clean it all up and put proper connectors and all that stuff, but this was all just proof of concept to make sure we got the car up and running, which it is. So now I need to change out the injectors, because this is still stock injectors. That's the way the car was brought here, and mainly because it was running stock ECU. So now that we've got the car up and running with this ECU, I need to run the boost solenoid and redo all the vacuum lines and stuff, but I also need to put a set of 550cc injectors. That'll get us to our horsepower goal. So we need to swap out the injectors and put adapters on it. So that's what I'm getting to now. Okay, the 2.5. We're ready to pretty much put it on the dyno and start going through the tuning process. However, I noticed in the trunk there was a clutch sitting there that this customer had picked up from me quite a while ago, and realized that it was never installed. And we're not going to get far on the dyno with a stock clutch in this thing, so I got to pull the transmission, do the clutch right quick. This is an FX 400, I believe, and once we get that done, we'll be able to finally start going through the tuning process on it. Obviously, as I probably mentioned earlier in the video, all the wiring and everything that you're seeing there, this is all temporary. It was proof of concept to try to get this harness adapter, which clearly didn't work, up and running and get the car working. So the injectors have been swapped out now. I've adjusted the tune, fired up fine, drove it out, brought it over, put it on the hoist, and we're ready to do the clutch now before we get to the tuning part of it. Okay, transmission's out, and the new Clutchmaster FX 400 actually is in this one. So pull this out, we're time to put the transmission back in. Okay, there we go. Clutch is in, and everything's kind of buttoned back up to where it was. We got the wheels back on her, and it's time to get it on the dyno finally. Okay, Clayton. What do you say? It's raining out, torrential rain.
Is it ever?
We're ready to get this thing and tune it, make a little bit of jam with it. So for everybody following along on this one, stay tuned for the next video where we actually get some runs on this thing and start doing some tuning. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.